Welcome back, everybody. We did have some technical difficulties at halftime. This is the beginning of the third quarter here. Bob Long, Rob Stott, Tyler Kern, Seamus Morgan doing the reads, Alex Kristowski doing the camera. This is an audio-only broadcast here on Bob Long Sports. You did not miss a snap. So, again, we apologize for going from link to link here, but you did not miss a snap, and we are about ready to begin the third quarter. Antonio Chata for St. Joseph's Prep will kick it deep to LaSalle. It's a 45-0 game. St. Joseph's Prep dominated the first half of play. And LaSalle set to receive. It's kicked from right to left as we see it. Ryan Moore catches at the 2. Out to the 10, 15, 20, out to the outside. Teed up there and brought down at the 27-yard line. Big hit by St. Joseph's Prep. And Jack Machida back out onto the field for the Explorers.
Whoever's the tackling coach, that's a thing, tackling coaches?
Yes, tackling coach.
Whoever's teaching tackling at St. Joe's, phenomenal. Man isn't getting paid enough because every time St. Joe's goes to wrap someone up, they don't let them go another yard. That's it. They stop right there. It's strong form tackling. Their positioning's great. It's solid. As a wrestling coach, because I can say that now.
Here we go.
It is phenomenal to see the form and technique. It's so similar, and it's impressive.
We get
it's
it. You're a
impressive.
big shot now, Rob. You still come back.
Big time.
Yeah, you come back for us.
Big
I
time.
understand. It's really
I know.
nice,
I gotta still mingle with the people, you know.
First down and 10. Sam Brown in the backfield along with Jack Machida. 4 receivers. Machida hands it off to Sam Brown. Brown keeps the legs churning across the 30-yard line. Ball's loose. St. Joe's Prep is on it. Still no call, and now there is a turnover. St. Joe's Prep comes up with the fumble with 10:43 to play, and now a late flag as LaSalle and St. Joe's Prep getting at it, and that's actually going to be a sideline violation against St. Joseph's Prep as they had about 20 guys on the field celebrating after that recovery.
When it rains, it pours, or in this case, it'd probably be snowing, but that's a shame. Brown was churning his legs. I was about to correct you. You said that after they didn't let them get another yard, but Brown kept chugging his legs there, got him like 5 or so yards, but unfortunately when that happens, you can get thrown around and the ball just got knocked loose.
And I was going to make a dumb cliche joke about them being ball hawks because they're the St. Joe's Hawks. But
thanks.
Yeah, I like yours better.
I like yours.
Man, thank goodness you didn't do that.
Where's the rugby?
He said I was going to do it. Thank God you didn't do it. I'm only kidding. First down and 10 for St. Joseph's Prep. Pistol look, and a backup quarterback is on the field. And Barlow takes the give about 9 yards inside the 25-yard line to the 24. Call it 9, actually. And onto the field for the first time at quarterback is Malik Cooper, number 16. The junior wide receiver / quarterback.
Guess 1/2 for McCord was enough. 45 points on the board.
I don't know. He could do better.
9:46 to play. Shotgun look. Cooper takes the snap. He looks, goes for the lob. Higgins, a little bit overthrown. In coverage, Jalen Hanton. Incomplete 3rd and 1 upcoming from the 24 of LaSalle.
If there's a bit of a size discrepancy there, but like if you had someone like Harrison Jr., that's a touchdown. That was a great throw. Fortunately, receiver got a little tripped up there with the cornerback.
For those of you just joining us, we do have a second link up on Facebook, on Twitter, and Twitter at Bob Long Sports, that is. Facebook at LaSalle College High School, and our YouTube page, Bob Long Sports. Malik Cooper runs it up the middle on 3rd down. That was an option as he pulled it and ran with it, got 4, needed 1. First down for St. Joe's Prep. Clock under 9 minutes here in the 3rd.
And Prep got so many points in the first half that it broke the link, so we needed to make another one.
You know, to be honest, I have never seen that issue before. Sling Studio just kind of shut down on us. So we'll go with it as long as we can.
I blame the weather. You know, I don't like working in these conditions, and I can imagine some technical electronics and stuff wouldn't like it either.
That's fair. Barlow keeps the legs churning after the initial contact at the line of scrimmage, gets 3 as he's ridden out by the numbers on the near side of the field. 2nd down and 7 upcoming, 8:15 to play third quarter. St. Joseph's Prep, if you're just joining us, behind 4 touchdowns from Marvin Harrison Jr. Takes a 45-0 lead here into the second half. Sam Brown fumbled on the first drive of the second half for LaSalle, and now Malik Cooper replaces the Ohio State-bound Kyle McCord after a job well done at quarterback in the first half. His night appears done. Cooper now throws to the outside. It's a screen. Wide open. Caught at the 15. Down inside the 10. That's a first down to about the 6-yard line. Caught by Noble House. First down and goal upcoming for St. Joseph's Prep.
I mean, House just had no one around him within 5 yards, and it was set up perfectly for blocking on the outside for him. And every play is well designed by this offense, and it gets your defense going in one direction and then can come back in the other direction and has everyone out of place.
First down and goal. It's a pistol look. Cooper in a shotgun type scenario. Now is the handoff up the middle. Barlow gets through one tackler, but ridden down at the 5. Gain of, we'll call it 2.
And LaSalle had pressure coming on that play, and Barlow just up the middle, right past all of that pressure coming from the outside and into the teeth of this defense, which has been a strength for the Explorers, throughout the course of the year. Just not tonight, and not in these St. Joe's matchups.
6:43 to play, third quarter. An audio-only broadcast here for PCL regulations. We'll put up the video Sunday at 6 p.m., tee it up with our audio. Second and goal from the 5. Cooper takes it up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Joseph's Prep. He faked a little toss. St. Joe's Prep had some great blocking down the field as a LaSalle defensive end took the look towards the running back. Cooper darts right up the middle. It's 51-0 St. Joe's Prep.
And you got to give it to this Prep team. Rob kind of touched on it. Like they're very. There's a bunch of raw talent, but obviously the way they draw up their plays, they're very well coached. They make great tackles. They even I think they set themselves up for success earlier this year. They realized that they're a good team, and they played some of the best in the nation, and I think that really helped them come together as a team, and it's really showing right now.
Chada up and good. Tyler, to that point, I would be very interested to see a rematch between St. Joe's Prep and, say, Marietta or IMG Academy.
Yeah, I thought you meant LaSalle at first. I'm like, they're still playing, Bob.
Can we hit the reset button?
I'm sure LaSalle would love a reset button right now. But, yes, I agree. Like, it's almost a shame. Like, obviously anything can happen. We talked about this. But, like, it ends at the state championship for these guys. But you never know, how they compare other than rankings. And, obviously, the preseason. But
there's some of those, like later in the year seniors show. Well, not that any of the raw talent. There's some seniors on this team, but the guys we'd want to see maybe next year. You got those like senior off-season, pre-college
that's true.
type matchups.
The Under Armour All-America game, for one.
Speaking of which, I could use some Under Armour right now. It is freezing out here.
Oh, now who's cold? Oh. Someone got a little chills? A little chilly?
Wow.
Not enough gloves? You need more glove?
Bob, remind me who the oldest person in here is? I can't remember.
I think it's Rob. I tell you what, a little bit of a game where LaSalle is struggling. All of a sudden, infighting here on the broadcast. Hate to see that.
I don't know if I
personnel decisions may need to be made for next year. Man.
Uh-oh. It hasn't come to that all year.
Yeah, Alex says I'm moving up. Brad Vespi recovers and returns from the 10. Hit at the 20.
Ooh.
Good move there across the 25-yard line, brought down at the 29 as he zagged his way outside the numbers to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, made some great moves there. Vespi's always been fun to watch.
By the way, we would never make any moves to our personnel.
Vespi trying.
I mean, as long as it's not me, I'm okay with it.
Ouch. Ouch. I see.
To be fair, I did show up late, so I think I have one too many strikes. That's strike 2 or strike 3.
You know, we did start the season here, and you showed up
Yep.
fashionably late midway through the second quarter.
They
That
had
was
to pat us down out there. It took a half hour to get in the stadium.
oh, my goodness.
Germantown Super Site is very super.
Clock is ticking here, 5:30 to play third quarter. So this is a running clock here in the second half as it's handed off to Sam Brown. Good run up the middle, gain of about 7 in between the tackles. Out to the 38-yard line. They're going to spot him 1 yard back now at the 37. They need the 41 for a first, so they give him 6. LaSalle moving from left to right. Pistol formation. A second running back in the backfield. That's Tim Melman in addition to Sam Brown, the deep back. It'll be Brown again. Cuts, puts his foot in the ground, gets up to the line to gain and across it. Gain of 5 and a first down for LaSalle out to the 42.
They got to keep moving this ball. They need some points, man. They're playing for pride. It's senior's last game for LaSalle. I'd like to see Machida and company move down the field, utilizing Sam Brown and maybe some of the seniors, and I think Melman and Vespi. Did they both seniors as well?
Yep.
I'd like to see.
I know Vespi. Well, Melman's a junior.
Take a look at Rob Tatum on the outside here. 1 on none. He's going to throw it over the middle. Was looking for number 88 on the play. It went into the turf.
Senior tight
Grant
end.
Hughes. Good to see Grant Hughes back. He got injured earlier in the season. We haven't seen a lot from him. It's been mostly Matt Bowe's job since then, given that injury. But good to see Hughes healthy and getting a couple snaps in his senior year. Final game as a high school football player. Second down and 10, 3:53 to play. Clock continues to tick here in the third quarter. St. Joe's Prep has added to their lead with 1 touchdown thus far here in the second half. Sam Brown up the middle, got only to the line of scrimmage. Good pressure there from the defensive line from St. Joseph's Prep. Brown needed to juke one out in the backfield alone just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He also was fighting an awkward handoff. It looked like he went to the left and Jack turned around to his right, so Jack had to do a little extra turning to get the ball to his running back, so kind of screwed up the timing there a little bit as well.
3 minutes, 14 seconds to play. Third quarter. This an audio broadcast of the District 12 semifinals. St. Joseph's Prep with a win here tonight will move on to play the winner of the Philadelphia Public League in the other District 12 semifinal. 3 receivers to the far side. Here's Jack Machida looking that way. Runs out of time, and he's going to be blown dead. He was never taken down, but forward progress was stopped to the point where Anthony Wrightley just kind of stopped moving himself, awaiting that whistle, not wanting to pile drive Machida to the turf. 4th down and 16 upcoming.
I'm sure Machida appreciates that as well.
Well said.
Thank you.
Speaking of well said, Tyler, you have some fans out there, as I understand it, on some of the different mediums. As that punt is just got off, Jake Gandolfo hit hard. It's going to bounce across the 30-yard line inside the 26, but there is a flag down back at the opposing 27-yard line where Jake Gandolfo was taken down. That's just running into the kicker, however, as we get the call. So LaSalle will likely, if they have the option,
tack it on.
just tack it on.
I never saw the refs' hand motions for that penalty before. It was pretty funny.
Oh, no. So
Personal foul?
it is a personal foul,
Ooh.
and then he did not do the roughing the kicker signal. He did personal foul running into the kicker, so hence our confusion. But
Yep.
the personal foul is going to seize and trump the day, and that's now 15 yards and a first down for LaSalle.
It's time for a comeback. This is it. This
This
is
is
the
where
turning
it
point.
starts. This is where it starts.
All right, Tyler. Some people said they like your stuff. Don't get a big head there.
Who said
I'm
that?
gonna start calling him Skyler.
Skyler. Yeah, that's right. Somebody called you Skyler out there.
Wow. That's very rude.
That's okay. Gavin Daly into the game, runs up the middle and hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10, under a minute 50 to play in the third quarter. St. Joe's Prep with that 52-0 lead.
How can you be a fan of me and then call me the wrong name? That just seems...
Counterintuitive. Well, listen, it's the serene voice that is overtaking the airwaves, not necessarily hearing your name.
Okay.
You know?
That's all.
Maybe I don't say your name
I have
enough.
been practicing my
That is
radio voice
Tyler.
all week.
Tyler Kern,
Tyler,
Rob
yes.
Stott on the broadcast. Now Gavin Daly throws a screen.
Whoa, Vespi.
Vespi drops it after batting it up in the air a few times. Fortunate not to be intercepted after that last bat got it up into the air, and a couple St. Joe's Prep Hawks in the area. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
That's one of those plays where you usually see something bad because of it. Vespi trying to keep the ball up in the air rather than letting it fall harmlessly to the turf. Making an effort, you like the effort, but fortunate that it didn't turn into another turnover.
3rd and 10, ball at the St. Joe's Prep 49-yard line. LaSalle needs the Prep 39 for a first down. 4 wide receivers, shotgun set. Gavin Daly drops straight back, looks over the middle, runs out of time, now scoots ahead with it and taken down after a gain of just 3. Tailed from behind by number 11, Blake Romano, the defensive lineman. And a great defensive play sets up 4th down as we tick under 29 seconds in the 3rd.
This time definitely going for it. You know, I understand wanting to putt back inside. I think they were, inside their own 35, maybe at the 30. This time around, you know, on the plus side of the field. Just barely, just a couple of yards, but give this offense a shot of keeping the ball in their hands.
You can tell Daly.
They're going to let this run down and end the 3rd quarter.
I was going to say, you can see there from the beginning, Daly felt pressure. He had his hand out up against his offensive lineman, felt the pressure almost immediately. And believe it's time for our man Seamus.
It is time for our man Seamus to end the 3rd quarter here.
This portions of today's game is brought to you by Casey's Alley in Ambler, PA, by the train station. Catch all the LaSalle football games brought to you by Bob Long Sports with great food at great prices. If you're on your couch, what are you doing? Get down to Casey's Alley and get into the atmosphere. Back to you, Bob.
Back to you, Bob.
Tremendous, Seamus. I'm really glad we brought you out for this tonight. I don't know why you did it willingly, but here we are.
The night's
And
getting,
I'm not saying, I'm saying that because it's 10 degrees outside.
I was going to say, the night's getting colder, but his reeds are getting hotter.
That's it.
Yeah. You know, the reeds did start out a little cold, but, you know, I'm getting into feeling the mojo. And, Bob, you know, I'm 4 days away from being in Florida, so, you know.
There you go.
This is,
You'll have
motivation,
plenty of
you
time
know.
to be warm.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to hand this back to Skylar now.
4th down and 7. 11:51 to play. Gavin Daly drops straight back, avoids the tackler, gets up to about the 50, has to let it
Middle of
go,
the field.
and does, and it's incomplete. Was trying to fire it back across the field for Justin Machida around the 35-yard line. No chance to make that play, and a turnover on downs for LaSalle. St. Joseph's Prep will pick it up at their own 46-yard line with 11:28 and counting here in the 4th quarter.
I know it's ill-advised, but if Daly had looked even back a little further across the field, Sam Brown was wide open in the middle of the field.
Well, it sounds like they'll have a couple years to establish that connection.
Yes, they will. Sophomore to sophomore. Gavin Daly,
Yep.
thought to be the future quarterback, with Jack Machida ending a great career here for LaSalle. No other way to say it. He had a great senior season. Had some tremendous games, high-scoring efforts against some pretty good Catholic League teams, as this one is handed off to Brahim Barr. Gain of just 1 up the middle. Certainly cannot say enough about Jack Machida and the job he has done for this team. We will see the Machida family legacy continue on with Justin Machida at wide receiver, the junior, returning next year. But a lot of seniors that left their mark on this program. Brad Vespi, number 2, a guy who can catch the ball out of the backfield or in the wide receiver spot. A great running back, a great safety, and a really good ambassador for this program. Here's a handoff up the middle for Barr. That's a gain of about 2.
I'll send your regards to Vespi over when we get him up in the wrestling room
Yes.
in a couple of weeks as well. So
I appreciate
look
that.
Look forward to that.
Eric Ford, the defensive back, 5'9", 155, had a great career, especially, this last year, he has been a very good corner in terms of jumping routes, getting in there, providing some physicality at the line of scrimmage. Eric Ford will be missed. Dylan Traynor, linebacker.
Dylan, don't call me Liam.
There it is. That's right. He'll continue the legacy of the Trainer family at the University of Delaware next year. Here's a handoff off the middle, nearly fumbled, but gets to the 50, gain of 1. It will be 4th down, 9:33 to play. Dylan Trainer called one of the best leaders in the history of LaSalle football. High praise. He has nothing but good things ahead of him. Jalen DeVos, running back, lineman, linebacker, whatever you need him to do. Jalen DeVos was a man for this LaSalle football program, a real solid contributor for really 3 years at this level, and he will be missed as well. Too deep to receive for LaSalle. St. Joe's Prep punts a liner, coming up to get it, and it's dropped. LaSalle's going to be able to come back on top of it at the 21-yard line, 8:55 to play. Just to continue on here, Griffin Zobel, a great corner. Some of our favorites as well, with the Zobel clan that have been watching us for many, many years here. Back to when they were listening to us, Nancy Diani. Griffin really became a lockdown corner, especially as the year went on. He's been a contributor for this program for a few years. He will be missed as well. Tyson Goldstein at the linebacker position was fantastic all year as well. There's just you run out of superlatives at some point. Goldstein, a really strong tackler, a strong linebacker, and a great player for this team. We'll keep it going here as LaSalle has 2 running backs in the backfield. Gavin Daly throws over the middle. That one is caught by Brown. Gain of about 5. Rob Tatum, the wide receiver, a good possession receiver, added some much-needed, size, hands, and able to get some big first downs over the course of the year. TJ Meacham at defensive back, couple interceptions in his LaSalle careers. This is handed off to Sam Brown. He has room to the outside, has the edge and a lot more out to the 40. Hit at the 45 and muscles forward to the 47. A first down for LaSalle, 7:37 to play. John O'Donnell got his share of extra points this year when LaSalle had some larger leads. Gandolfo, a tremendous kicker as well. Both of them seniors, so LaSalle will have a lot to replace in the special teams next year. Carter Kenny, Giacomo Ward.
Ryan Savage.
My favorite.
Talk about
Tyler's favorite man in his position, a man with a high motor. Gavin Daly taken down in the backfield, some miscommunication as Brown went to the other side. Daly was looking for the handoff, kind of got flat-footed, looking for where he was, and was gobbled up, a loss of just 2 as he got forward for a few yards after that initial confusion.
And you start to get into the trenches.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these guys, Sam Graham.
Jaleel Dawkins, Michael Gibbs. Trevor McDonald, Matt Zolio, Kenny O'Kane on the offensive line, a really good pulling offensive lineman. Jake DeLuca, a tremendous center. Grant Hughes, good to see him back at tight end here today. He suffered an injury, but great to see him get a little bit of run in his last high school game. Sam Brown right up the middle, in between the tackles, out to the 50-yard line. Call that a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd down and 7 upcoming. And Katre Cook, number 98. Whole bunch of seniors that have made a big impact on this LaSalle program. It will be their last game, but their legacy will not be forgotten, and they're going to continue to move the program forward after a big rebound year, after a tough year last year. Now 3rd down and 6 from the 50-yard line, 5:37 to play, 4th quarter.
But you mentioned it. I mean, a look at the future here in what some of what LaSalle will be able to bring to the table.
High snap, Gavin Daly able to pull it down and fall on it. 4th down and 10 upcoming. Back to the original line of scrimmage, which is the LaSalle 46-yard line. They'll need to get to about the 44 of St. Joseph's Prep for a first down.
Wow, that happened because you started talking about the future.
I know, right? Right on cue, the announcer's curse. But we already mentioned the 2 sophomores in Daly and Jalen and Sam Brown, but then you also Abdul Carter, another sophomore, linebacker, running back, kind of that do-everything guy that has. We saw him as a freshman last year line up in the backfield for the Explorers. This year, more of a defensive focused guy, but plenty versatile athlete.
4th down, wide open is Sam Brown down the sideline, darts towards the end zone and knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Good throw and catch from Gavin Daly to Sam Brown, and LaSalle trying to get on the board here with 4:32 to play in the 4th quarter.
And if that's a look into the future, I like what I see right there.
Yeah.
That connection, I can get used to a lot of that.
Yeah, I'm glad those two were finally able to connect. There were a couple of miscues earlier on the pass, on the handoffs, but hey, Sam Brown wide open, hit him right on the mark. It's hard to complain there.
Now an empty set, 5 wide. Brown in motion, faking the give. Gavin Daly up the middle, touchdown LaSalle as he walks in untouched. He scores with 4 minutes to play here in this 4th quarter, and LaSalle is on the board.
Shutout no more. And that is certainly a drive for some pride. And, nice to see LaSalle put 6 on the board and fight to the end here.
Jake Gandolfo, there's one of those seniors that we mentioned, coming on to tack on the extra point.
Likely the last extra point of his career.
Gandolfo's kick is up and good. St. Joe's Prep a 52-7 lead. But LaSalle, as you mentioned, Rob, a little bit of pride driving down the field and getting one more touchdown before they wrap up this 2019 campaign. Guys, to talk about us a little bit if we could, it's been a fun ride. I have enjoyed this with you, year 5 of doing this. Me and Rob, Tyler has come in the last 2 years and done a great job and been an integral part of our team. Alex Krastowski on camera, Seamus Morgan doing the reads here this evening. Mara Long has been on camera. My brother Kevin has been on the camera. So we've had a lot of folks come through the turnstiles of Bob Long Sports here, and I cannot wait to continue this year after year. For Bob Long Sports next, it's basketball, and Mike McKee bringing back a pretty young team after a team led by a lot of really talented seniors went all the way to the state semifinals. I can't wait to see what that team has in store for us this year. That's just a couple weeks away. So for those of you LaSalle fans that love what we do, 1, we appreciate it, and 2, we're not really going anywhere. We're just transitioning to a different sport.
Is this seniors across the board? Am I looking at seniors across the board?
I think it is.
This is awesome.
LaSalle getting ready to kick it off. And as you mentioned, Rob, 11 guys all the way across the line, all seniors, with a little bit of pride here at the end of this one, and that is great to see. They've earned it for what they've done for this program. Here's a return out to the 25-yard line, pulled down right there by Jalen DeVos.
Yeah, that's really
Love
something.
It.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's just fun. And that's kind of one of those beyond the game type things. It's giving these guys a chance and letting them go out there and get a last lick of this field, and it's kind of that LaSalle pride.
It's a hard thing. Like you never knowing that it's your come the last time on the field for a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys aren't going to play in college. It's bittersweet, especially with a loss like this. But I mean, they're a great team. It's been a lot of fun to watch. They obviously have chemistry, and it's just been it's probably the most exciting LaSalle team I've covered with you guys.
Nearly fumbled on that handoff. They get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Brahim Barr. I make that Bryce Goodman, number 24, just came into the game. Quarterback comes and now looks to the sideline. Dane Piccarello, the third stringer into the game. He struggles with that, and he's taken down very quickly. Dane Piccarello sacked. It'll be 3rd down and long. St. Joe's Prep at their own 18-yard line, 2:31 and counting here in the 4th and final quarter of regulation.
And who else in on that one but Ryan Savage and Dylan Traynor. So nice to see those two share the field for, the last little bit here of their high school careers and come up with a shared sack as well.
Handoff right up the middle, and a big hit on number 24, Bryce Goodman. Nice play by Jalen DeVos.
He was a speeding bullet coming through the line of scrimmage and got just a piece. just a piece, but
all you
enough.
needed.
Well, it might be the last time this Explorers defense is out in the field for the night.
4th down. Ryan Moore and Brad Vespi back deep to receive. Their heels around the 50-yard line. A high snap, brought down and punted pretty well. It's going to take a hop. A little bit of miscommunication. Moore struggles with it. Ball is loose. St. Joe's Prep looks to be on it right at midfield. That was miscommunication between Vespi and Moore.
Well,
and they'll unwind the pile at St. Joe's Prep football.
I was wrong.
Announcer's curse.
It's not the defense's last time on the field.
It looked like Vespi wanted to back away from it. And, Moore, that was one of those that you let it bounce. At that point, you just back away. You let it go. You don't try to make anything happen. It's special teams. It's fast. And you just got to kind of give up on it at that point. But
clock is still running here, and St. Joe's Prep may not need to even snap the football. The referee is now clapping them into play, but there's 44 seconds left. They only need to snap it one time. They're into the victory formation. Dane Piccarello will come under center. Piccarello takes the knee. We're under 25 seconds to play, and that will be the last snap of the football game. St. Joseph's Prep, in convincing fashion, the District 12 semifinal champion and the representative from the Philadelphia Catholic League that advances in the PIAA state football tournament, a 52-7 win over LaSalle. And now for our video broadcast that we'll put it in 24 hours or so. We'll have Alex turn it to us and get one more on-camera shot to break down our final thoughts on this one. All right, so Rob, Tyler, I really appreciate everything we've been able to do here together. It's been a great year. We're going to keep this up for years and years to come. But your takeaway from the 2019 campaign for the LaSalle Explorers, let's go with Rob.
Well, this game tonight wasn't really, I think, the way I'd wrap it up. But, this has been one incredible season. Probably one of the more fun seasons, I think, in the 5 years we've been doing this, Bob. This team has been just a joy to watch, a lot of talent on the field, and it's young and old talent, from seniors down to sophomores and some freshmen that we saw circle into the lineup this year. And, they had just great leadership up and down the field on both sides of the ball, and to see them kind of grow in this offense offense and defense over the course of the year was a lot of fun. They had a lot of great senior leadership that, as we mentioned here, the last little bit of this game is graduating and moving on, but a lot of young talent that's coming up through the ranks that will be exciting to watch over the next couple of years. So, tremendous year.
Tyler, your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly what Rob said. But, this was a special team. It was fun to watch. It's a shame to see them lose in this fashion. But St. Joe's Prep is just its own monster of a team. They're a good team. And it's a shame to see them go out like that. And I know it's crushing for a lot of the seniors. But they showed a lot this year. It was a lot of fun. They started off the season great. It was 4-0 in the
4-0.
Yeah, and
in the non-league.
Yeah, in the non-league, and they really came together during that time. I thought, kind of met some adversity with St. Joe's Prep, and again with St. Joe's Prep. But started here at Germantown Super Site, ended here at Germantown Super Site, and I don't know, it's been a lot of fun. It's been quite a ride. Like Rob said, there's a lot to look forward to. Sam Brown, Mayo Howe, Gavin Daly. I think we're in for. I think we got a long ways to go.
I think so, too, and I appreciate the access that the coaches have given us this year, John Steinmetz, Joe Wade. Of course, the administration at LaSalle, Athletic Administrator Joe Parisi, Technical Director at LaSalle, Rob Johnson, who's been able to get the word out of what we've been doing. Could not do it without Chris Carabello as well. The guy that 5 years ago, Rob, I called up and said, "Are we doing this? I'm coming back from Pittsburgh." And he said, "We're doing it." And 5 years later, here we are, HD video, for the vast majority of the games we do, replay, etc. Obviously, this game a little bit different for rules reasons, of course, but the capabilities, the technology is there. the support is there from you guys. So I appreciate that very much. Alex Grostowski back behind the camera, and Seamus, who's with us here tonight as well. And I appreciate all the seniors and what they've done for 4 years, put their bodies on the line for this LaSalle football program. Know that what those folks do and what you guys do, it means a lot to a lot of people, not just around LaSalle and the Philadelphia area, but around the country, around the world. You know, we have a lot of people checking in from a lot of places that love LaSalle sports, and that's a testament to the culture of this program and the kids that come through it. So I appreciate that. It's been a great year. We'll transition to basketball next for LaSalle, but it's been a fun year. And then for St. Joseph's Prep, what a program. I mean, they have it going on right now. I wish them the best of luck in the rest of the state championship bracket. Not that they necessarily need my luck, it would appear, but best of luck nonetheless. And that's a special football team, and I will be following along. Guys, any last thoughts before we wrap it up for 2019 LaSalle football?
Thanks for putting up with us. Our shenanigans,
Yeah.
I'm surprised we're still invited, back every week when we get done with broadcasts and the fun we like to have in between plays. And no, it's always a good time. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy being able to come out to these games on a weekly basis and stay in touch with this program, with the school, and with all these guys. So no, it's been a lot of fun.
Two of the most dedicated and knowledgeable guys I know. Happy to have you part of the team, part of the family. I'd go to war with you guys any day. Thank you very much. Rob, Tyler, Alex, Mara, and Kevin have done this over the course of the year. Seamus doing the reads here tonight, and everybody else who's been part of this. Jamie Lynch, Mark Farzetta, who hopped on for a broadcast as well. I appreciate everybody who's been part of the family this year. And for all of us, I am Bob Long saying so long one last time from the Germantown Super Site, your final St. Joe's Prep 52, LaSalle 7, ending the season 7-3, but a whole lot to look forward to next year. Thanks, everybody, and good night.